Le whaamama awenga le nei ma le Pacific Isi, mo au tupe whaamumoli Samoa, a o tapuni ai ofisa mo le whawa yaso. Whaonga nei lolna wa unanga forward ta ua, o le direct transfer. A whai wa yesa o membership card ma e whaonga ina le internet banking, o le matua e whaingo fia lava. Na o le tipose mai lava lau se leni matua account, o na whaatino leo la foina o lau se leni mo a inga I Samoa. E ia inga I tahu na whaamalia ina, mo nisi whaamatalanga I le nei au nanga fo. Wala au le telefoni o walu se lau o tasi o nono, po le lua fitu ono fitu iwa fitu wha. Pe text mai fo ilo suafa I le valu tolu o.
Local voucher is one of the most convenient ways that I'm finding now to do my shopping here at Farmer Joe, and my sister just sent through the voucher on my cell phone, and I just come straight to Farmer Joe to do my shopping.
Ole si tulanga pitusili o le tau. Ole la fo me o le pepa tala o loa. Ona whaanga le whaatau ai o loa e au ngā mole ainga.
I think it's really convenient for families overseas if they don't know how to help their families here. Then this is the perfect way.
Mai ai la sa so fua tau ai le sia sa. Le fia foi sa we mo mawina le foi au nang fo e ala mai le talo for voucher. Ile wana whaatau ma me te mga oi. Ile voucher.
Tai mo le talo for voucher. Ua maua le apususi o sewa fine. So se paro loa whai ngō fie. A me se le te wherua I malau telefoni. Tai mi uma. Ai lo le lafo me le cash. O na inu e lor tamao re ainga.
Whapea tu lava le talo for voucher mo le foi au nang fo whaatai. Ma lua lava le tampai.
Tai talo for voucher.
Teki talo for voucher.
Nisa Bula Vinaka and a warm Pacific greetings to you all. Nayaraku o Pea, and this is Claudia.
Hi, Nisa Bula.
And welcome to BluTable Talanoa Podcast, a show that lives and breathes Pacific, showcasing the many, many stories and experiences of our proud and colourful communities. How are you, beautiful? And how are all of our viewers who have just tuned in today?
Yes, Nisa Bula Vinaka Nayaragu Claudia, happy Fijian Language Week. It is day 3 now.
Yeah.
And I feel like we've just learned a lot this week, and we definitely challenged ourselves yesterday with the Fijian questions that we quizzed each other on. So, it's been a very, very a good week, and also a huge thank you to all our sponsors that continue to sponsor us and help us out. And I believe that you actually had a click and collect purchase today.
Yes, I did. Of course. During lockdown, I know everyone's kind of like, oh, I don't have enough money. Well, I actually saved a little bit, not a lot, but I was able to give back. Say Oriana always show so much love and support, sponsor the outfits and all of this. And I thought, you know what, this time I'm going to give it back and I'm going to support a local business. So that's exactly what I did today. I purchased online. It was a click and collect service, and I got my White Sunday awful. Even though we are not celebrating White Sunday this year, I thought it would be awesome to still purchase an outfit like you would normally every other year. So I thought I'll treat myself, and I actually on the D-Lo bought 2 dresses. Don't tell
why
anybody.
not treat yourself though? But guys, please, if you can, do support your local BC Nisi. Now, do you remember what the word BC Nisi means?
Sorry, what was that, Billy? Are you? Yes, correct. It is.
Ding, 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 ding.
BC Nisi is business. So please, if you can, where you can, show some love and support for our local small BC Nisi.
Yes. Now, yesterday, the Fijian word of the day was BC Nisi. Now, today, what is the word for today?
Well, I was kind of a little bit thrown off by Lorenzo's video yesterday. The word for today is rakavi. Like how I rolled
Rakavi.
the rakavi. And
Gives it a bit of oomph, right?
scrum. The rakavi. Can anyone guess what rakavi means?
5 brownie points if you guess.
I think I'm going to give I think Bulo will know what this word is. Does Lorenzo even know what this word is?
Rakavi.
Rakavi. That's right. It is the Fijian word for rugby, which is actually probably the #1 game in New Zealand, right?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And talking about rugby, we do have 2 amazing and very special rugby superstars, both Fijian born, and I think this one's getting a little bit hot next to me. I definitely feel the heat rating of her. But honestly, we're so excited. We have 2 amazing rugby stars. We've got Seta and we've got Tevita, and I am so keen because we thought that we'll ask them something a little bit different, something out of the ordinary, and we'll get down in the nitty gritty with the questions.
Why not go beyond rugby? I mean,
Rakavi.
Because, we'll let Lorenzo ask all the rakavi questions. Because today we've decided, you know what? We're going to get Lorenzo off the bench and, show some of his rakavi skills off.
Yes. Now, before we do play the announcement for Lorenzo's Local Doctors Initiative, I am going to do a slight little spiel about our first guest, Seta. So Seta is Fijian born. He's a New Zealand rugby player. He has excelled in both league and rugby union. From 2015 to 2016, he played for the Chiefs. 2017, he played for the Crusaders. In 2018, he signed a 3-year contract deal with the Union Bordeaux Beagles in France and is an ex-All Black player.
No way.
I know. I'm getting a little bit nervous.
Guys.
He is also happily married to Brittany Coates, who's also a New Zealand sports star, and they have 2 kids.
I love that. I've always had a thing for rugby players, but you know what? I'll be honest. I'm a league girl.
Are you?
Yep.
We'll see.
We'll see after this, right? And of course, our second guest today is Tevita Nabura, a Fijian-born New Zealand rugby union player. He played for Counties Manukau and is his former high school head boy. Sorry, I'm just a little bit lost. I think I'm just like, I shouldn't have said that. I was a leaper. Sorry. In 2018, he joined the Highlanders, and he is happily married with 2 beautiful girls. Man, check out these superstars.
I feel like all these rugby stars are just getting snatched up.
But I doubt the league players are getting snatched up. I think they're getting snatched up by something else. But whoops, sorry, did I say that? Let's go on Warriors. Gosh, come on, Warriors, man.
But the COVID update for today, we have 39 new cases in the community. Now we have 30 cases in Auckland, 2 new cases in MIQ, 9 in the Waikato, 1 new case amongst border workers. Now this brings a total to 1,440 total community cases linked to the current outbreak. 32 people in hospital, 7 in ICU, and a patient with COVID-19 has unfortunately passed away in Minimal Hospital. So our condolences go out to their family and friends.
39 cases. Look, guys, oh man, that is I'm quite frustrated. I understand everyone, it is your choice. It really is. It is your choice to get vaccinated. However, My advice to everyone that's watching, really, really dig deep. Ignore and block out whatever's around you. The internet, conspiracy theory, anything. Block it out and you decide what's best for you and your family. Just do that. But it's just really...
It's
so
tough,
fun.
guys.
Yeah.
I know it's a little bit scary, but remember, if you are in Auckland, we are still in alert level 3, which means that you have to stay in your...
Yes.
Here we go. Bring a little bit of humor to the show. Stay in your bubble, guys.
Stay in your bubble, guys. You know, it's important.
Yeah.
Local businesses need us.
Yeah.
Our families need us. Our children are suffering. They miss their families. Come on, guys. We're in this together.
Now we are going to go into a short break. We're going to also play Lorenzo's announcement.
Yes.
But after the break, we are going to be bringing on these rugby superstars, Seta and Tevita. So don't go anywhere.
Run it straight, guys. Let's go.
Nisambula, happy Fijian Language Week 2021. My name is Lorenzo Kaisara. What is your favorite sport? Mine is rakavi. The Fijian word for today is rakavi, which means rugby.
Vinaka, and then Guko Anere. The phrase of the day is Ni Mai Kana, which means come and eat. Vinaka, and then Guko Anere. The word of today is Lotil, which means worship.
Nisabula and happy Fijian Language Week.
Fiji, the soft coral capital.
A place to harness balance.
Rich and filled with culture.
People of many talents.
Our Fijian word of the day, talent.
In Fijian, taledi. Happy Fijian Language Week.
Tautua ma le au nanga mo tau sa mo service station nei tona i mata. Ma tau tau tuina lo ta vale, ma le tele o nisi o mata au nanga i se ese. Ai le ngata foile, ma tau te sia ke ina fo ila ta vale. Siapa lah yang voice wow, mau lah ucapan. Apa itu yang baik pak ulusa? Awalnya telepon, matu tu siapa lah yang voice mau lah ucapan. Mulu nupo sila fia, mua, tapi lah ucapan le peaut. Mua, tapi lah telefon ni time meutu inai lah ucapan. Malah baenga mulu. Mana tua fo e matua I fasaina lo tau maftapa ai no fuanga papeni Ota Samoa ore mota mo Samoa ma do te fia e au na pe mo o Samoa Maftaile afia mai. We'll see you again. God bless.
Noqu Vosa is one of the most convenient ways that I'm finding now to do my shopping here at Farmer Joe, and my sister just sent through the voucher on my cell phone, and I just come straight here to Farmer Joe to do my shopping.
Ole si tulanga pitusili ole tau. Ole lafo me ole pepa tala oloa. Ona whaangale e whaatau i oloa e au ngā mole ainga.
I think it's really convenient for families overseas if they don't know how to help their families here. Then this is the perfect way.
Mai ai la sa so fua tau e lesi sa.
Le fia foi sawe mo mawina le foi au nang fo e ala mai le talo for voucher. Ila wana whaakau ma me te mga orai. Ile voucher.
Tai mo le talo pa voucher ua maua le apususi o se wa fine. So se paro loa whaingo fie a me se le te wherua i malo telefoni tai mi uma. Ai lo le lafo merkes o na inu e nore tamao re ainga.
Whaftea tulava le talo for voucher mo le foi au nang fo whaftai. Ngā lua langa le taumpai.
Tai talo pa voucher. Teki talo pa voucher.
Whaamama awenga le nei ma le Pacific Isi mo au tupe whaamumoli Samoa au tapu ni ai ofisa mo le whaawa yasu. Whaonga nei lola na waunanga forward ta ua o le direct transfer. A whai wa yesa membership card ma e whaonga ina le internet banking o le matua i whaingo fia lava. Na le tipose mai lava lau se eleni mato account o le whaatino leo la foina o lau se eleni mo a inga i Samoa. E ia inga i tahu na whaamalia ina. Mo nisi whaamatalanga i le nei au nanga fo. Wala au le telefoni o walu se lau o tasi o nono po le lua fitu ono fitu iwa fitu wha. Pe text mai fo ilo suafa i le valu tolu o.
Tau tua ma le au nanga remote tau sa mo service station nei tona i matu. Ma tau te utuina lo ta vale ma le tele o nisi o matu au nanga i se isi. Ai le ngata foile ma tau te sia ke ina fo ilo ta vale. Siapa lah yang voice wow, mau lah ucapan. Apa itu yang baik pak ulusa? Awalnya telepon, matu tu siapa lah yang voice mau lah ucapan. Mulu no posilah dia, mua tapi lah ucapan lebih out. Nua tapi lah telefon ni time out tu inai lah ucapan. Malah bayang mulu. Mana tua fo e matua i fasa ina lo tau maktapa ai no fuanga papeni Mota Samoa ole mota mo Samoa ma te fia e au na pe mo o Samoa Maftaile fia mai. We'll see you again. God bless.
O le whaamama awenga le nei ma le Pacific Isi mo au tupe whaamumoli Samoa au tapu ni ai ofisa mo le whaawa yasu. Whaonga nei lola na waunanga forward ta ua o le direct transfer. A whai wa yesa o membership card mai e whaongaina le internet banking o le matua I whaingo fia lava. Na o le tipose mai lava lau se leni matua account o na whaatino leo la foina o lau se leni mo a inga I Samoa. E ia inga I tahu na whaamaliaina. Mo nisi whaamatalanga I le nei au nanga fōu. Wala au le telefoni o walu se lau o tasi o nono po le lua fitu ono fitu iwa fitu wha. Pe text mai fo ilo suafa I le valu tolu o.
Nisa Vinaka. Oh my gosh. Happy Fijian Language Week. Look, and welcome to the boys. Thank you so much for joining us on the show today. And yes, we've done the hospital pass today and we've thrown Lorenzo into the mix. Well, myself and Claudia, we thought we would go beyond rugby. But we thought we would get our rugby expert joining us via Zoom as well, the Mr. Lorenzo, and also we've got Seta and Tevita joining us. Talofa lava boys, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thanks for having us.
And Seta, I believe you are still in lockdown at the moment. How has lockdown been for you and your family?
It's been good, to be honest. Just because we live a busy life being a professional rugby players. We don't have time to that much time to spend with our loved ones. I think it's been good for us. For me, it's been good to stay home and play with my kids and just stay home and spend some time with them. So making the most out of it because I'm gonna go back to training soon, full time.
Oh, that's awesome. And Tevita, what about you? Obviously, you're not in lockdown at the moment. You're one of the lucky few in New Zealand who is enjoying the level 2 freedom. How's it been for you?
No, it's not too bad. Living up north now, just doing a bit of a life after rugby work. So, yeah, it's been good. Like because we're not gonna be playing rugby in our whole life. Sometimes on the line, you're going to be doing something after rugby, so to provide for the family. So, yeah, just been good. Been good. Level 2 has been good, getting some treats and getting around, going fishing and that. So, yeah.
Oh, well, we appreciate the time that you have both made for us here on Blue TV, BluTable Talanoa.
Now, Nisa Vinaka, guys, now you guys are both big Rakavi superstars. Now, did I say that word right? Because that is our Fijian word of the day. So tell us, you guys are both like big rugby superstars. Like, how do you keep your Fijian culture and tradition alive while you are playing for big New Zealand teams? Tevita, we'll start with you first.
Okay, Tevita.
Huh? Oh, me? No, it's just easy. Like everywhere you're going like around the world. There's Fijian everywhere. So yeah, it's been good. Just when you get there, you just connect straight away with Fijian community, and you just meeting up, have some cover, have some time off. You know?
Now, Seta, how do you keep the Fijian culture alive while you're playing New Zealand rugby? And is cover also a huge component in that?
Definitely cover too. For me, I think speaking the language to my kids and just like what TextMeet said, meeting up with people, different kind of people around the world. Fijian are pretty good at that. We just meet at the street and saying hi, you know. I think it's a big thing for us, keeping the language, speaking it, and maybe the food as well. I think it's a big part of it. Yes. Fijian food, you know, we gotta still like we have strict diet and stuff about rugby, but you gotta still you can't
give up on the Fijian food.
It's the best, yeah.
Now, I believe that our brother Lorenzo has a question now. He is our rugby expert, so we are going to leave all the rugby questions to him. What's your question, Lorenzo?
Thank you, girls. Vinaka level. Happy Fijian Language Week. Nisa Nabura and konnichiwa, Seta and Tevita. I'm not a rugby expert, but I just wanted to ask a question in relation to the pressure, as professional rugby players and as professional athletes, elite athletes, it comes with a lot of pressure in terms of having to perform, your best week in, week out, not forgetting all, eyes are on you, and then the attention is on you, not forgetting the attention from the ladies too, and other pressure, from the sponsors, from the fans. How do you deal with that pressure, because non-rugby players don't understand about that pressure, but I guess that's one of the challenges that our Pacific rugby players face week in, week out. Can you share with us, Fabulmo?
I think that we, as a rugby player, in the start, you gotta, what's coming, the past, you gotta expect those stuff, the criticism and stuff on online now these days. I think you just have to embrace the, what's come with it, with your job. That's part of the job, and I think most of us, like me and Tevita, are getting used to it now. Like, you're just trying to stay away from, I don't read too much comment on Facebook. Just trying to stay away. It's just, because we just human being as well. Like, most people don't know what they're saying on social media can actually hit some people, and people can take it differently. So I think for me, I try to stay away from block the outside noise, and just focus being like what's for the loved ones, what they said, and for my teammates as well, I think.
What about yourself, Tevita?
Yeah, for me, like just same as what Seta says, but and the other thing, like I just connect with people that been there since day one, like, because if you just gonna be letting those outside voices get into your head, then you're not gonna be, like on your good space on rugby day or on game day. But you just connect with people, right people though. But just those ones. Yeah.
Now, also with that professional, environment of having to perform your best and having to be a role model, because our young Pacifica, men look up to you guys as role models, and that also comes with a lot of temptation, if you know what I mean. Like, with some of our athletes getting to gambling, some of our athletes don't even have post-rugby or post-careers plan. We saw on the news today, very sad news. I was very sad, to be honest, to hear about our brother Manu Matube, who actually got himself involved, with drugs. And I mean, like, is there enough education around post-careers plan for Pacifica players?
I think New Zealand Rugby Union are doing a good job on that one, because that's what Tech's saying now. He's got injury, and he said it just before he comes in that we don't play rugby forever. I think New Zealand Rugby Union are I think it's the best in the world doing that, looking after players. Even now in different part of the world I'm playing in Japan and playing in France, they're still contacting us for life after rugby stuff and what they want to do. Like, they have options. And I think the Pacific Welfare Association are doing a good job as well. I think they're just coming to the mix now. I think they're gonna be, but I think for us Pacific Island boys, we need to buy into that, because we, like Tex said, we're not gonna play rugby forever, and we're gonna go back to our normal life after rugby.
What about yourself, Tevita?
Maybe same thing as what Seta says, but in the other way, like as a role model, you have to like avail or like, I don't know, make yourself approachable or sometimes, like, because some kids are just like afraid to approach you or say hi anyway. Like, if they just been friendly all the time and not been stubborn, or just been friendly to everyone, or even any kids. Like, if you got a chance to teach one kid how to be a good player, then they're looking up at us, so they'll be good. So
I also know that being a professional and elite athletes, especially rugby players, it comes with a lot of sacrifices. It's almost like you have to be someone else. Especially on the field and in the media as well. But it also comes with a package called cultural commitments, if you know what I mean. Now, share with us, how do you deal with that pressure from your families, or your villages back home, your church communities, because, as a rugby professional athletes that, we all know that you guys are millionaires, but how do you deal with the pressure financially from your families and your villages back home?
For me, coming from Fiji, it's a big one. Like not just us Fijian, all of us Pacific Islanders, we go through that. But sometimes you have to say no. You just have the guts to say no sometimes. Because for us, me and Seta have families, so we had to look after our family first, our wife and kids before we do that. So if they're good, then it's all good too. But sometimes you have to have the guts to say no, and those pressure are just gonna be there too. But
What about yourself, Seta?
Yeah, I think I was gonna say the same thing. As sometimes we're gonna when we move here to New Zealand, we gotta teach us. Sometimes it's nothing. You just gotta say no. You gotta teach yourself to say no. I know we're known for being nice people, Pacific Islander, but sometimes you gotta look after your circle first. Look after your loved ones first before if you have enough to share, then you can do that. Sometimes you can do that, but like what Tech said, if it's nothing, it's just nothing really. So just say no. Yeah.
Vinaka brothers. Now, I'm going to ask a question in relation to our spiritual belief, our faith, Christianity, because that's really important. And I'm trying to build, that holistic approach here with you brothers. Now, moving away from your family and your home, especially for yourself, Seta, you're living in Japan now. And we all know Japan, the biggest religion over there is Buddhism. How do you deal with with your faith, especially having to be still holding on to that our Christianity faith there, Seta?
Just little things for me. I think I don't have to go to church only on Sunday, but just being home, before bed or wake up in the morning, we do Bible study, and with my kids, I teach them Fijian Bible verses. Now they can memorize it pretty well. Just little then prayer at bedtime, and if we have time with the boys and coffee, then we can do some Bible studies and stuff like that. I think that's what it keeps us going with our faith and stuff like that. But like I said, only because we play on Sunday as well in Japan, and professional rugby we play on Sunday, so we're just gonna do our own thing, those little church thing and the prayers and Bible reading. Yeah.
Now, in terms of having to hold on to your values and beliefs, can you share with our audience and our viewers what is one, or you can maybe share two challenges that you are aware our Pacific players are facing as professional athletes, but us behind the scenes are not aware of?
I think that the support from home, like we just talked about before, the financial side of thing. I think the pressure from home and from people in the family. But I think because that's what the Palang are doing pretty well. They go to rugby games, and they come to their kids, and they're going to their family the games, even their cousins and stuff. I think that's one thing that I don't see it really doing really well. There's a Pacific Island people, even the boys. I play with some of the boys, the single boys in France, and they just go back to home after training. I don't know what they're going through now. Some people are not playing, and then they didn't get picked. That's another pressure for not being named on during the week, and plus the pressure from home. And I think I think just the support around from the family. I think we need to do better, as because it's easy to judge from outside. Then, oh, he's probably not training enough. He's drink too much, or it's easy to judge as the outsider. But I think that's one of the things that just to support the boys for their job, and because you never know, because as soon as they close their apartment door when they go after training, you don't know what's going on there.
Absolutely.
And they probably miss home. They probably I think that's just we just need support as a Pacific Island rugby players.
What about yourself, Tevita?
I just add on what Seta says. Like when we away from home, and like the support. If we got the support, like sometimes we don't provide enough for our family back home, and then they just keep talking. And when we get like once you go to training, anything that's the thing that on your mind, then you're not concentrate well on your training. That's what. Yeah, sometimes like if they can be grateful of what we can give, and stop pressuring us on saying anything, or because as a spiritual, like as a Christian, or we good on our spiritual thing, like if we can't say much about it, like because we want to go there and do our best in training, give our 100% to prepare for the weekend, for the game day. And if we not get enough support, then how are we gonna perform well on the field? And then we not perform well, and then we not get a work done. So it's
I promise, brothers, this is my last question. Now, there's another problem that our professional athletes are facing, and that is the luxury lifestyle that comes with a lot of blessings, a lot of rewards as professional athletes, and that you have to dress up, as a professional athlete. You have to wear branding clothing, branding shoes, and all that stuff. But then once rugby has gone, it's really hard to come back to reality. It's really hard to come back and to break that cycle, because our athletes and our professional players are stuck in that trap. Share with us, because I'm pretty sure some of our young professional athletes are facing that issue, and facing the fear of having to lead that luxury lifestyle. Share with us, brothers, how do our professional athletes, especially men, deal with that, to make sure that they leave that trap and come back to reality post careers?
I think it's got to be yourself. I think most island people, I think for the boys, they're trying to, like you said, they're trying to live their life, but it's their choice at the end of the day. But for myself, I try to keep it simple as I can. I don't want to dress flash clothes. I think I don't say it's a bad thing. People have their taste of what they're trying to. You gotta treat yourself at some stage. But for myself, to be honest, I'm just trying to keep it simple, because I look back where I grew up. I don't have those things, so I feel bad if I wear flash clothes, or like buying just expensive stuff to treat myself. Then I know my family back home are struggling. They live a normal life, so that's just how I see it. I don't say it's a bad thing, but people, like I said before, they have their taste of life and stuff like that. That's how they want to do their stuff. But I still live as just like a Fijian boy. I rock up gender-led training. I don't mind. I work like going to the dinner with the team. I just wear whatever I like. Maybe some track pants. I don't mind. If they mock me, it's all good. Just trying to keep it simple.
Nice. What about yourself, Tevita? What would you like to share about that?
Yeah, I was just maybe same as what Seta says. It's just like how it just shows where you came from, and the way you dressed. Like Seta says, like it's your own choice, like how you want to dress or how you want to go in with style or anything, like in town or everywhere. But yeah, it's been like another pressure, like within the team. Like if you in the team, you have to wear those brand, like, because you never know, like social media will come around the corner and then show you in another brand, and then everyone pointing fingers at you, if that's correct. So yeah, I think it just in general, like, you don't have to do that. You can do it like when you're with the team, but when you're not with the team, you can dress whenever or anything. Because if the social media came around, then you told them, oh no, it's a day off, or I'm not at work. Just don't just try to dress every time like that. Because I don't know. It's your own choice. It's your own choice. So yeah.
Thank you, brothers. Vinaka vakadei. There's no further question from me, but I just want to acknowledge my Fijian favorite player of all time, and it is Waisale Serevi with that small tape on the nose. So Serevi is still the legend. So thank Vinaka vakadei. Thank you, ladies.
Vinaka, brother.
So thank you to the brother Lorenzo. Look, we're gonna wrap up shortly, but we've got one a question that we've heard the pressure that rugby has and the effect that it does have on the rugby players. But Claudia and I were always about the positive impact that it does have on our lives, and you are both as role models will now also find that a lot of our younger children will be looking up to you. Share with us some of the biggest memorable moments that you have had as these superstars, and how you can inspire, the young ones. Share that positive message for us, please.
My one probably a debut for New Zealand All Blacks, 2016. Being able to help my parents flying from Fiji, the last minute flight, last minute visas, because I just find out on Tuesday or Thursday that I'm in the team, so you have to get their visas done. So just run out there, Eden Park, with 60,000 people screaming. Then
wow.
You look into the crowd running in. That your mom and dad are one of those guys. Yeah. So I think that's pretty special for me.
Yeah, definitely. What about you, Tevita?
For me, I think it's just everything as a village boy came Fiji, like came over to New Zealand for like a work visa, and probably when I made my first debut game, or because
I think you have just muted yourself, Tevita.
It was pretty hard, but that was a proud moment for me being on that, making a debut on Super Rugby.
Honestly, thank you so much, guys. You guys are such huge inspirations and huge role models, not only for us, but for our whole entire Pacific community. Thank you so much for joining us today on the show. We know that you guys are extremely busy, and we can only imagine how much training you guys do every day. But thank you so much for taking the time to be here. And, in honor of Fijian Language Week, I'm just going to remind you guys, today's Fijian word of the day is rakavi, which is rugby. And today we've had the honor. Rakavi. Rakavi. There we go. Was that better? Rakavi. There we go. But honestly, the guys, thank you so much, and everyone, practice rolling your R's. And word of the day is rakavi. Thank you so much, and happy Fijian Language Week.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
O le whaamama awenga le nei ma le Pacific Isi, mo au tupe whaamumoli Samoa, a o tapuni ai ofisa mo le whaawa yaso. Whaonga nei lola na wa unanga forward ta ua, o le direct transfer. A whai wa yesa membership card ma e whaongaina le internet banking o le matua e whaingo fia lava. Na le tipose mai lava lau se leni mato account o na whaatino leo la foina o lau se leni mo a inga I Samoa. E ia inga I tahu na whaamaleina. Mo nisi whaamatalanga I le nei au nanga fo. Bala au le telefoni o valu se lau o tasi o nono po le lua fitu ono fitu iwa fitu wha. Pe text mai fo ilo suafa I le valu tolu o.
Noqu Vosa is one of the most convenient ways that I'm finding now to do my shopping here at Farmer Joe, and my sister just sent through the voucher on my cell phone, and I just come straight to Farmer Joe to do my shopping.
O le si tūlanga pitusili o le tāu. O le lafo me o le pepa tala o loa. O na whaanga le e whaatau o loa e au ngā mo le ainga.
I think it's really convenient for families overseas if they don't know how to help their families here. Then this is the perfect way.
Mai ai le sa so fua tau e le sia sa. Le fia foi sa we mo mawina le foi au nang fo e ala mai le talo for voucher. Ila wana fa tau ma me te mga oi. Ile voucher.
Tai mo le talo pa voucher o mo le apususi o se o fine. So se paro loa fa ngo fie. A me se le tferwa I malo telefoni. Tai mi uma. Ai lo la fo merkes o nei no do tamao le ainga.
Pa te tu la vale tal pa voucher mo le foi au nang fo pa tai. Ma lu la le tam pai.
Pa tai talo pa voucher.
Teki talo pa voucher.
Tautua ma le au nanga remote tau sa mo service station nei tōna I matu. Ma tau te utuina lo ta avale, ma le tele o nisi o matu au nanga I se ese. Ai le ngata foi le, ma tau te sea ke ina fo I lau ta avale. Siapa lah yang voice wow, mau lau tapan. Afai foi vai pa olosa. Awala te pon, ma tu te siapa lah yang foi mau lau tapan. Molo no posila fia. Mua tape lau ta vale pe out. Mua tape lau telefoni tai me utu ina lau tapan. Male vaenga mulu. Mana tua fo e matua I whasaina lo tau maftapa ai no fuanga whapeni. Ota Samoa, ore maota mo Samoa. Mato te fia e au na pe mo o Samoa. Maftaila fia mai. We'll see you again. God bless.
Esquire, baby. Rex, J Sands.
Let's go.
Oh, say I'm say you are complete to me, I get you. By the way that you move and the way that you smile. Say, oh my Dorima, baby, you be giving your hand, I'll take you anywhere. You give me something that I never had. Cause you care, but about to me and the family. Say, why you waiting on me to talk to you? Yeah, I'ma listen what y'all say. Yeah, Noqu Vosa come here. Yeah, they on the nail, dirty wine, girl, dirty wine. Yeah.